Feature Friday.
The freshest.
Moving on, there's been a couple of releases, like albums-wise. Obviously, Morissette, Amon, from the Philippines. She has released her, I think it's probably her first EP. It's not a full album, it's an EP.
It's a five-track EP.
Yeah, she has obviously a previous album, but before that, that went platinum. And this is Signature.
Yep.
Now, if you guys... Actually, you should go follow Bali on Instagram, because one of the ideas I've come up with is when we do reviews of albums like this, especially in the weeks that we're having a really rough time with copyright, because things change really fast, really, with that. Like on YouTube, it's like a day, it's like a month, and a week is like a year. You know, so it's really bizarre.
Yeah, like time runs differently in this realm.
Yeah, in the internet world, it's very
really
weird.
Runs differently.
And regarding like the channel and the podcast, things run very odd in terms of giving the copyright situation.
So you always gotta be on top of like the changes, and they're quite dramatic too.
Yeah, and also no one speaks about them.
Yeah,
so you
gotta figure it out as you go.
And I think it's so individualistic as well. Like each channel is different. We obviously don't seem to have great luck with it. Sometimes we've been very lucky to build relationships with some of these people, but most of the time it's fucked. Anyway, so given the fact that how the week is going and stuff like that, we thought we'd review this couple of albums the way we've done a lot of reviews in the past. I will show you some snippets of the songs and stuff. But as always, do stream the original, do support all of the artists we're going to check out today. It helps. And if this is your first time listening to them, happy days. If not, even better. It doesn't matter. And yeah, so it's Signature.
Yeah, so Signature starts with Love You Still, which is, I believe, is the title track of the whole EP.
Yeah, it's the one that has a music video.
Yeah, well, Love You Still and Phoenix have a video.
That's also true, yeah.
So, they were part of the pre-release of the album. Fantastic cinematography. I think Dave Lamar does an amazing job with all the visuals.
It's good behind the camera, right?
Yeah, he's a great multitasker. Like, I think he's a perfectionist, right? So he understands like what are her assets and how to highlight them the most, even in the musical aspect of things too. So both of those productions, music video wise, are really
well, they know
great.
each other really well, you know.
Absolutely.
I think that there's certainly a lot of benefit to that. Do show the cover art, mate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we're trying to show it. I was gonna say, do follow Bali on Instagram, because we're doing like a live streams where we review this. We show you how we actually sit down and review these albums. You know, it's not as fun as this. But it's more like a listening party, and then we make notes. There's not much talking going on, but if you like good music,
definitely not dynamic.
No, but it is fun. It's like a chill session. We listen to music, we make notes, and we obviously take your consensus into account, whether you like a song or not.
Yeah, it's actually really great. This is the cover art. So you got it right here. This is really cool. It's like
I wonder what the inspiration behind it is.
I don't know. There must be a whole a meaning to everything, like the fireworks, the lighthouse. So I'm thinking right here you have the fireworks from Phoenix, right? The lighthouse from Love You Still, and the faces. Maybe the jungle parts represents her Cebu. A background, right? Like her place of birth.
See the two hands?
The two hands with like they're kind of like trying to touch, connected by this ribbon. And I don't know what the emblem here means, and I don't know what the hands and the ribbons represent. But
I don't think you're too far off that.
But I think those two elements of these of the cover art, the embroidery, that's what it's called. I think that's what they allude to.
And it's like an amulet. Look at the top of the thing. It's got like a pinch.
No, it's a okay. So when you are doing embroidery, you use this frame around the fabric, so it tenses up the fabric.
No, this. You see this tiny?
Yeah, that's the frame for embroidery.
Really?
When you're doing it by hand, you use this frame to like stretch out the fabric, so you can do the proper needling. Adjust it without having to stretch out the shirt or the fabric itself.
The hell, since when are you an expert in this?
Oh, my grandma used to do
really?
it. Yeah, so she taught me how to. Also, Yeah.
Every grandmother needs. And also, what's that fella that dives in? He's from Britain.
Dives.
He's an Olympic diver. He's.
Oh yeah, what's his name?
He went viral. Tom Daly.
Tom Daly.
Yeah.
He went viral because he knits.
Yeah, he was knitting us watching the Olympics after going on the swimming pool, and he was on the seats on the crowd.
How great!
Because there's no crowds in Tokyo, right?
Yeah.
It was just the teams.
He was just watching.
So he was just watching his team and he was knitting.
Oh, that's fantastic!
Yeah.
I didn't know he went viral for that. That's great.
Yeah, he's also a dad.
No way.
Yeah. He's married with what's his name? He's a great actor. He's a great actor. He's been like in Game of Thrones, I think. Or maybe he's directed. I'm not too sure. I don't follow him very close. I don't know any actors anyways. But I know him. And yeah, they just had like a little baby.
Oh,
I think
congratulations.
He's a girl. Not too sure. Not just though. I think she's like, he's like 8 months old.
Oh, that's pretty adorable.
But actually, they look like amazing parents. Like, they're such a vibe.
So cute.
And now, what the fuck? What a successful family.
Oh yeah,
that's
that's
ridiculous.
pretty crazy. But yeah, so that's the cover art.
Anyways,
here.
so yes, Love You Still, we've heard it, and also Phoenix. So
Yes.
those ones you can watch.
Those are the opening and the
Outro.
the closing of the
And
album.
watch the reactions for those, the reviews for those.
Yep.
And then it goes to
Trophy.
Not anti-romantic. Goes to Trophy. And these were my thoughts.
Oh, let me find my notes. Just please go.
I think it's probably appropriate, especially with Trophy, to do this, because it's one of the most interesting track choices I find, because it's reggae.
Well, it's like pop meets reggae.
Yeah, it's definitely fucking pop reggae. Let me show you to this bit. So there you get a good sense of this sort of pop fusion with reggae. Very commercial. Certainly ones, that do spark the thoughts of like, oh wow, Ariana Grande, this could open up a collaboration in that sense. You think of, really, really poppy charting type of a sound.
Power vocals, yeah.
And a combination of like, something like Jessie J did really well. It's like mixing in fucking power vocals and proving to everyone it's like, holy shit, she's like one of the best singers in the world while still being commercial.
Yeah.
And this is, I think, the route that maybe Morissette might be one of the most efficient, not, what would you call it? More, probably with the highest efficacy of, to prove her, to showcase her singing ability, because I think a lot of people know she can sing, but also opening up new doors for new ears, and while still being a hit maker, still maintaining that capability of showing in her hits that she can also do incredible things vocally.
Right, so in my notes I put, this is definitely a brand new era of Morissette.
I would agree.
Right, from the ballads and the vocal acrobatics to fresh, young, and empowering type of movement. I like it. The beat production is great. I think the reggae influence in the break was super highlighted. So, because it kind of runs in and out of that reggae feel, right? So in the chorus is really 4x4, but then you go back to that syncopated rhythm of reggae in the verse and break of the song, like in the bridge, right? So I thought that was really catchy. The vocals are always impeccable, though. You know that you're gonna have some really strong vocalizations, and yeah, please show them. Yeah, so it's fantastic.
So it's still, I'm showcasing I can do things that many singers can do, but I'm still remaining commercial.
What I read, like what I wrote as well as I was listening to it, was that the comforting side of this new project is that even though it's highly commercial, you know that when you pay to watch it live, nothing about it is gonna be disappointing.
No, it's gonna be a good show.
Which is the you're debunking the idea of pop, like the pop's reputation. Because
vocal
often,
quality.
Yeah, often disappointing. But in Morissette's case, you have the quality guaranteed, so the experience is a brand new, refreshing branding.
Actually, I guess the question in Morissette's case is not will she sound good live, because I think she most likely will sound better live.
Yeah, I
think
agree.
the question is what will the show be?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's
like what would be the production of the show? That would be the question.
It's a brand is new branding.
Yeah. But whether vocal quality will maintain or be better, that's. But I think probably she's probably one of the few artists that can guarantee that.
Yeah.
And she has a good band too, so it's not gonna be a fucking mess.
Yeah.
Then he goes to Will You Stay, which I think it's probably. By the way, in hindsight, is Trophy my favorite song? No, but is it a good track? Yes. I think that's how I concluded it. I think Mori is. That's what I said. I think Mori is in this journey of now discovering, like, a sound that's also fulfilling for her, but also fulfills the capability of taking over the world.
Yeah.
So it's a very, very peculiar journey. I think I've always said it. I think she's in one of the most interesting journeys that I think I can think of for an artist, because she's not new, but she's also now has the capability of basically. She could have a blank canvas if she wants, because.
And I think this is what is representing this new era. It's representing this new. It's a rebirth.
Yeah, and she's full of personality, so it's not an issue that she did all those covers in the past. Because I think people always recognize who she is, anyways.
Absolutely.
She's an anomaly in itself. She truly is like a bit of a phoenix, because I don't think the normal rules apply to her. And then he goes to Will You Stay, and Will You Stay. And if you know anything about us,
you know that's it.
That's
it.
That's the track.
I was gonna say, if this, I can play the song all day.
Yeah, dude,
no
that
problem.
intro. It's ridiculous.
And the best part is that I cannot wait for this track to be played with a live band.
I agree.
So
again, as I go ahead and I write like, oh wow, look, Morissette's, or first I think from my memory, from what I can recall, like first original R&B song. I think she has done R&B covers in the past, most probably. I mean, she's fucking covered Mariah Carey.
She's covered everything that there is to.
Like this that showcases any vocal, talent. So this is like interesting to me to see what type of R&B she would make. Obviously, very commercial. I said I like the instrumental. There are some serious similarities, like in some of my favorite singers, which I enjoy. I like Ariana Grande's more like R&B stuff. I don't really like hip hop stuff. Arguably, you could say like it's similar to Little Mix, so that opens up that other collaboration. In terms of, I mean, like in the whole signature sound.
All right, yes.
And it's even prevalent in this type of R&B. And then I said, but I like this. It doesn't matter. Like, I don't think it's a problem that it reminds you of other people.
Oh no, I think it's a great sign.
I think it opens up those collaborations. I said a way stronger song, compared to like the previous ones. I think like this is, but again, I also write here, but I'm also biased to my own likings. So I probably may find the layer of vocals more soothing than in other songs, because I'm not very keen on the layers that are present in pop vocals. They're so predictable and so normal. But I guess if you listen to enough R&B, they also become predictable.
Yeah.
But I said it's certainly one of the most interesting tracks, and probably my favorite Morissette song, hands down. I think everything she's ever made.
I was gonna say, I think perhaps. Morissette as an artist, I think this is perhaps the most interesting track. Like, well done concept of an idea.
And we don't mean well, at least in my case, I don't mean interesting in the sense of like.
Everything
it's
else
not
is
good
boring.
or bad.
Yeah.
I mean interesting in the sense of like. It makes me want to listen to it again, and it makes me want to play to it, and it makes me want to.
Yeah, it sparks curiosity.
Yeah, it's really good. That's
yeah.
So
I said that the chord progression was absolutely fantastic. It lets her velvety sensuality really shine through without playing it too hard.
Yeah.
It's like it's letting that natural flirtatious energy kind of like really run free. And even though the lyricisms have nothing to do with that, seducing part of singing, the way that it's portrayed because of the chord progression really amplifies that feel, which I love, because is hot, but you're not trying to be hot, you know. So then it's giving me a little bit like theater with the vocal mannerisms that she has. Obviously, her rounded vowels and perfect diction really come through.
And also her past, right? I mean, she has been involved
great.
in musicals before, so.
Yeah, it's just those tiny little. They're very subtle, but they just scream theater to me. And then obviously the chorus layers are unbelievable.
Yep.
There is so much that you can do with really close harmonies, vocal harmonies that are just for the atmospheric value, like those. When you stare, do you even have a clue what you really wanna know is will you stay? See, just those harmonies right there are so Ariana Grande-ish, with especially yeah. Like, you can't really pick out all the details here, but oh my god, listen to that with some headphones on and really engulf yourself in those layers, because they are absolutely wonderful. It's like you're being I don't know, like enchanted by sirens, like, you know, it's like
being seduced in, you know.
Absolutely. Then I feel like the beat production and choice of rhythm, it's really trendy commercial R&B.
Yep.
And it's a very smart choice.
Certainly.
But then again, you also have the Morissette signature sound, and I think that's what the whole EP name kind of alludes to.
The big bells.
And that guitar. See, Morissette. Nobody else does those things but her.
So it is very signature-ish, you know, like she is making that sort of statement. I think it's ironic because I always thought she always had that already, you know.
Yeah, but it's like making a point.
Well,
you know,
no,
it's like
with original work now.
Absolutely.
Which, signature.
It's making your point, is validating your points of views and your ways of creating.
Of course.
Through creation itself.
Then it goes to
Mirror.
And I said more pop again. Certainly, maybe more on the inspirational side, you know, sort of more motivational. It feels bigger. It has way more build up, and it probably has the best climax out of all the pop songs she has done in this signature. It reminded me, you know, even on the live stream that we were doing, a lot of people were like, "Oh wow!" Like, it's, you know, it reminds me of like an early Tori Kelly. And again, I think that's probably another collaboration that would make sense.
Oh,
you know?
And that would be beautiful.
Tori, in the position she's on right now, you know, given, I think fucking everyone knows who Tori Kelly is, or at least recognizes some of her songs. It is a smart feature. It is a smart collaboration. So that would make sense. But yeah, that's Mirror.
I when I heard Mirror, it just gave me early 2010s R&B feel of music.
Yeah,
it's like, you know, that Justin Bieber 2010. Yeah, that's that pop meets R&B type of like idea. And R&B because of the vocalizations and not because of the track itself.
Yeah.
But I think the lyricism, it's clever, it's empowering, it feels like a hymn, you know, like one of those songs that you have for motivation. So you play them when you're running in the treadmill type of tracks. Overall, then, you know, to close up the EP, you have Phoenix.
Yep.
So I think it's a very great. It has a lot of radio virality potential, right? Okay. So it has that commercial aspect really polished off, and, you know, packaged in a premium box. And I think what we're about to see promotion wise and live concerts and everything that comes after dropping the digital copies of the EP. It's going to be very exciting, not only because you're about to see her communicating her own thoughts and creations on stage, but because you will also see a completely different Morissette now, like taking everything that has happened before and amplifying it through her lens. You were seeing it through her filter, and
there are some really good songs there in that EP. I mean, it's certainly, I think
I loved Love You Still. I thought that
Love is just one of the
chill pop feel is fantastic.
One of my favorite, and I think it was probably smart that she decided to go for that as a choice for a commercial. I still feel that if you were to choose another commercial one, I think Trophy would have done really well.
I was gonna say, I was wondering why there wasn't a title track.
Given as well the disruptiveness that I don't think many people would imagine Morissette doing reggae, so
I agree.
It would make sense, and it's a really well-made reggae fusion for her, so it doesn't feel foreign. It feels normal. It feels like Morissette has done this before.
Also, that beat production is actually pretty trendy right now, and overall music.
He's fat, mate. Whoever produced that, holy moly.
Overall, I would like to congratulate absolutely everybody who was involved in the making of this album. The art, the makeup, the styling, everything is absolutely gorgeous. Photographers, filmography, producer, musicians, everything. It's just such a great package.
I actually feel that this would be a lot of people's sort of. I mean, I think it's already #1 in the Philippines in iTunes, so I think it certainly will be one of these sort of EPs that people will be playing without skipping any songs.
It was highly anticipated too. So
true. Yeah. I mean, fucking hell, years, right? And it's also interesting that the way it was packaged in 5 songs. Very good choice. If you follow the channel, you probably know that we like concentrates, not cocktails of fucking 12, 15 songs.
That lose the
songs.
Concept, yeah.
Then it's like, mate, what are you doing?
Yeah, you lost me.
Yeah, it's like, give me something and give me a message with it. And also, I don't want to ignore the lyrics. Obviously, the lyrics of all compositions are very, what would you call them? Meaningful. And obviously, one of the, the other 50% of the value comes from that. But I thought, musically, I was a bit more intrigued on this performance.
Me too.
Ironically enough, more than her maybe personal journey through her lyrics. I don't know if that was just me, but it seemed you were the same.
I think I was really engulfed by the listening experience. Having the lyrics obviously amplified the whole experience too. But
we always read the lyrics as we review, but I don't know. It didn't seem to click that well with me. More than an auditory experience. It's still, I mean it. It's still a good EP. I think it's definitely one of the best EPs of the month, arguably. Again, I think it matters on your taste. Like it is pop, but there is 2 songs there which I think are fucking banging, regardless who you are.
Yeah, I agree.
So it does its job. I think that's what I concluded with. It's like, well, okay, if I'm the label and I'm Morissette, it's like, what was my objective with this, right? And I'm thinking most likely open up new ears, right? Reach new markets. Showcase who I am, right, and my new evolution. Express what stage I'm on at the moment, because people change, and also, showcase new things about myself. So I think objective completed, like objective, achieved.
Yeah.
Anyways, there's another.